Hello gamers and comrades of adrenaline-filled racing, to my update of DriveClub review as promised after the latest photo, weather and online patches are all delivered. And boy did Evolution deliver on fixing the issues and melting faces, as the new dynamic weather update is really beyond compare. I am flabbergasted by its beauty, detail and accuracy. But more on that later. If you can, please view my detailed review of the game back at launch, where I cover all aspects of the single player, AI, progression and online, while at that point, lack thereof. But Evolution have worked hard to fix these issues and get the game up to and now beyond what was promised at launch. I am happy to report that now the game works brilliantly online, allowing seamless mid-game challenges to crop up and tickle your competitive bone as you play. Dynamic options like speed sections, drifting and corner precision all offer up even more choices as you race and make the seamless link to single player and multiplayer that little bit more blurred. Joining a club allows you to use the colours you have taken from your new club mates, or even design your own from the set of colours on offer. You can use these across cars earned in the game online and offline. Along with the base set of tracks and cars, these have now been expanded for free with some new DLC delivered to soften the launch issues and myself and others have had, and some new tracks. They are great, and the new cars really just bolster the already great lineup the game shipped with. The control system is still great, with a very solid simulation running across all cars that leans slightly more towards arcade, but is not simple by any means and runs at a much faster update than the silky smooth 30 FPS framerate offered, which is smoothed even further still with the great and not overdone motion blur effect evident in the game. Each car handles sufficiently different as to need some time to learn and makes each car a new experience to drive, and with the new sound and weather patch that covers snow, rain and full-on blizzards accurately degrade the grip from your tyres and thus affect races, which is furthered still by the low sun reflecting off the track and screen, and being dynamic on long races can even get worse or improve as the race unfolds. Multiplayer lobbies can still be long-winded, and finding a game or staying in one is still not anywhere near perfect, but this is an issue that I could levy at pretty much all recent online games at the moment. Once a game is found from your chosen track, racing solo or for a club to boost your team's colours and collectively extend your team's car's choice and kudos along within the rankings. This is also the best way to experience the game, as pitted against very competitive and aggressive at times AI is never the same as actual other like-minded speed freaks vying for that win and pushing your skill precision to the max. Even when some races can deter into copies of Mario Kart, mostly they are fair, fast and fun battles across the great range of tracks and conditions, making it such a fun and frantic affair, which is now even more spectacular and tension-filled by the new weather system. The new photo mode, a new Sony exclusive norm from now on in, aside maybe Shadow of Mordor, is great, allowing you to admire the amazing attention to detail the team have put into every car, alloy, caliper and paintwork. You can see tyre tracks in the wet as cars scream through. Raindrops not only distort the background, but the light from cat's eyes, the sun, even coloured smoke lights catch them glancing past and reflect it accordingly. With the deformation and damage system, each impact and scrape not only sounds rough, but damages the car's bodywork and pristine paintwork, leaving yours and other rivals' cars battle scarred as the race progresses. Physics and damage extend to roadside objects with signs, cones, tyres etc. being struck and ricocheting around the track to be dodged or impacted on the next lap. But this mode also allows you to admire the new jewel in the DriveClub pit box. The dynamic weather effects are simply beyond any level I expected of them. No other racing game, hell, just game full stop, comes close to replicating the accuracy of rain, snow, lighting and even sheer terror of screaming around tracks in various lighting and weather conditions. Snow drifts really are a challenge for every level. Rain is rendered with a superb particle shader system that not only allows it to increase in density as it falls, even being lit by your headlights as it cascades, but also continues with a full fluid physics simulation across the car. Here you can see that droplets on the windscreen all move and bead with the car's inertia. As you drive forward they bead up the screen, complete with streaks collected by the wipers that even have different speeds the heavier the downpour, but also drift right and left accurately as you hurtle around each track, trying to see. The sky-high attention to detail is carried even further, with each raindrop reflecting and refracting the light background as it would accurately upside down. They even go as far as to group into bigger puddles as they touch and collect others on a full physics path. Even the side window is not free from the water as it collects, shimmers and beads across. From external views that are processed through an accurate and impressive DOF effect that not only bead as before but also refract light through them as the sun, brakes or other light hit them. Tracks build bigger puddles and show off full HDR screen space reflection across the surface that builds or dries as the weather pans out. The wet road surface reflects a rainbow effect as the light catches it in the glancing angle as you drive past, and it even extends to the headlights of your car at night time. Along with the full physical shader across all elements in the game, this allows cars to bead and reflect more light and specular reflection from the rain or snow as it settles and glistens. Sleet and spray is kicked up, the water beads can be seen on cars, with full self-shadows and car reflection evident throughout. This weather and PBR with a dynamic lighting system including global illumination elements that reflect, absorb and bounce light everywhere. As here, the yellow paint of the car is bounced back into the dashboard and cockpit. Trees now look wet in rain and radiate light. Soaked track surface bounce light even to the point as cars blast past road paint, the reflected light is seen on the car. The HDR lighting system aids the global illumination with snow-covered tracks having a bright ambient light. And as the sun dips or rises behind the clouds, the entire scenery is dulled or brightened. Case in point here, as I screen round this corner, the sunlight catches the wet road surface and it brightens the whole area of the scene. That is bounce light in action, lighting up the scene from indirect light sources. It really is without rival. I feel like I almost have to defend my view at present of PS4 games that are delivering the kind of visual leap expected this generation, but they truly are, and as much as I try to stress just how accurate and downright stunned I am at the visual splendour that the talented team at Evolution have come up with, I still think that in the flesh on your own TV it will impress even more. I do not jest when I say that right now at this point DriveClub, with its great visuals and now new dynamic weather, has really closed the gap between game graphics and photorealistic views, and being a physically based game, the light, weather and scenery can look gobsmacking at times and bland at others, and this is just like real life. You can see here a prime example of how the correct light and shader combination can transform a game or scene from nice to simply jaw-dropping. The shader programs employed here are certainly edging towards the level of CG, and this is something that Sony seemed to have a big drive for within its worldwide studios. The Order 1886 is the next game to launch that is using Disney level shaders to mimic real life and movies. Sharing the work from ex-Hollywood CG shader talent Yibing Jung, who is also working with Naughty Dog on Uncharted 4, which is also as expected running a full PBR solution. This approach using shader codes rather than direct textures not only brings the game world closer to films but also aids bandwidth, also gives a lot more custom choice and control to the team as they make the game, which is a very organic process most of the time. But I will cover more on this within another video. Overall, now that the online is nearly fixed and the controls and feel were always bang on the money, the stunning CG visuals now improved to eye-popping levels, with the dynamic weather adding to the already present volumetric cloud system, and also improved even greater still of immersion with the sound in the game allowing the patter of rain, clunk of wipers and roar of the engine to reverb, occlude and receive as much love as the already eye-watering visuals. It's the only time you hope for rain. If you are looking for a detailed, immense and fun racer, there is no other option for PS4 owners at this point but DriveClub. It will also be a game to impress anyone doubting the kind of visuals these systems can produce. The most hardened gamer cannot fail to be impressed by what Evo have managed to achieve here. Here with my new frame rate analysis, you can see that in the height of a monsoon with 12 cars racing around the game, it does not skip, stutter or falter. Pushing all these new additional effects, physics and post-processing has had no effect on the rock-solid 30 frame rate presentation, showing how much headroom they had left under the hood at launch to deliver this many wows with no detriment to the performance. It really is a very impressive showing, and now a game I can only recommend to any car racing enthusiast. I hope that Evolution can continue the journey with this game and engine, as the sheer thought of the delights this engine can produce and a new Motorstorm game, dynamic weather effects, physics and great track design leaves my mouth watering as much as this track. With hopefully the PS Plus edition to be given the green light soon, anyone with a PS4 and a sub can check this game out for free, complete with sound, photo and weather updates all in place. As always, I hope you enjoyed this or any of my other content, and if you did, then please hit that subscribe button and that like button. I appreciate each and every one of you that does, and I thank you very much. I hope Santa was good, and I hope you got a lot of great presents over the Christmas and holiday period. I'd love to hear what games you've been playing and what you've been looking forward to over the next 12 months. What games are you excited? Have you had a chance to play Drive Club? Is there anything else that floats your boat, or is this certainly something that you will have no interest in whatsoever? I'll leave you to enjoy the sheer beauty of this game with my vindicated racing skills from my review video, where I had some questionable moments. Hopefully you will enjoy it. You guys and girls take care, and I'll see you very soon on the next one.